Good afternoon, welcome back to Energy Park, Dublin. It's Ireland versus England, which is our third and final game here at the Under-18 Six Nations tournament. What a festival it has been. This is how Ireland line up. It's Wise-Yar, Calvi, Ronan, Walsh, Minogue, Angulo, Murphy, Murtagh, Hicks, Magnan, Moynihan, O'Leary, Kareem, Farrell and Lawler. That's the 15 that Paul Barr has gone with. Incredibly impressive home festival, of course, breezing past Ireland and Wales respectively, but this arguably their toughest tests come in the form of those in white, and Jonathan Pendlebury's named the following starting 15. It's Trevitt, Tuipulotu, Sella, Kapoku, Beckerleg, Logan, Pollock, Timmins, McParland, Bellamy, Bracken, Mile, Redshaw, McCormack and Byrne. Replacements, England missing a few. Injury has hit them hard, meaning that there's no number 19 for them. Isaac Keller has also made a late charge, the Gosforth Academy and Newcastle Falcon. Drafted in late on to cover the injury of Ralph McEachran. For Ireland, it's a few changes here and there that dismantled the Welsh. And a lot of those that started that particular game find themselves amongst the reserves for this one. Here they come then. It's England first, led out by their captain for today, Ben Redshaw. The Newcastle Falcon moved from starting at 15 to his more preferred outside centre role this afternoon. Connor Byrne as well has been shifted from the wing back to full back. And here come the emerald green of Ireland. Obviously haven't had to travel as far. A team littered with that of Leinster, Munster, Connaught, Blackrock heritage. Deeply rooted in those in green. They stride out with confidence. And of course, as this is a fully fledged international, we will start this match with anthems. So we will have the anthems of both nations, England and Ireland. Anthem sung, pride displayed. Now it's time for these two sides to go to war. Fated and written with such strong narratives this game. Extremely even matchup at age grade level. Two sides that have given incredibly strong accounts of themselves over the past few weeks and months. Yet to butt heads, of course. Our referee for today's game is Anthony Lac from France. So it will be England to get us underway. The diminutive stature of Josh Bellamy currently holds the ball. Retained the 10 shirt from that win against Italy in the week. England-Ireland, white v green. It's not the first, it won't be the last time that a lot of these players will butt heads on the international stage, but the first time for many. Bellamy, as I mentioned, gets us underway, and it's high into Dublin skies to kick this fixture off, and it's retained well by England. Redshaw comes in to deputise at 9. It's a strong hit on Josh Bellamy, which forced a tricky pass to Kapi Tuipulotu. He knocked it on. Decent crowd here. A lot, obviously, in favour of the quote-unquote home side, Ireland. But a few have made the trip across the Irish Sea in support of England. First scrum on our hands here. Murtagh gets it out the back, and Dylan Hicks brought into the side and moved Moynihan out to inside centre. Kicks the ball long towards Byrne, who cannot escape the grasps of those in emerald green, and Bellamy inviting his forwards onto the ball, one of which is Junior Kapoku. Large frame of Kapoku. The intercept is looked for, and instead it's still with England, and that's Jack Bracken, scored in both the game against France and the game against Italy. He'll be looking to improve on his try-scoring form in an England shirt this afternoon. Instead we go back for the knock-on. That attempted interception was, well, not good enough.
Let's go. Backward, let's have some play. Second. What's that? Good. Yes. Fine. They want to go blind. Set.
McParland, now it's his turn to feed the scrum. The Northampton Saint. George Timmins is at the base of it and guides him towards where the ball will be. Redshaw to Bellamy in the pocket, who puts boot to ball, going to test the Irish back three, and Lawler does well to find his opposite number. Side it goes. McParland turns the favour, and it's a strong kick from him, and that's going to bounce all the way out. 50-22, I think. Superb nudge there from Archie McParland. That's a sort of skill that he brings, a real game manager, contrasting potentially the more fast-footed and pacey Lucas Friday, who currently sits on the bench. But this is the sort of skill that you get from McParland, and England took it quickly, too quickly, and it's been overthrown. Common occurrence at the moment for England at set piece. Carried in by Ronan. Cleared by Murtagh. Harlan was contacted in the air by Mangan. So it will be a penalty, just that, nothing more. Bellamy will head towards the corner.
No danger. Okay.
See the danger that Kapoku poses the fringe of those sort of rucks on the box kick, putting a lot of pressure on Murtagh. Sneaky from England, and they've got the ball away here, and Charlie Mile breaks through. Mile depth, and can he have the gas? Yes, he will. Charlie Mile scores England's first, just like he did in that game midweek against Italy. This time in a bit more glamorous style. City of Oxford boy dancing his way through Irish defences. Intuitive work from England at the line out. And Bellamy had the ball in space, picks the right man, and Charlie Mile does it from there. That step on the inside is beautiful. Leaving those in green rooted to the spot. Door left half ajar, and that little step on the inside is expertly timed. He loves it. McCormack complies. A great score from Charlie Mile, who's really grown into this festival. It's Ben Redshaw who's been put on kicking duties. No Ollie Davis in the starting 15. Redshaw wide of the mark, so it will be a 5-point score, nothing more, nothing less, but this is how it came about. We get a good angle at potentially how Ireland's got things a little wrong. And yeah, they'll be frustrated at the soft shoulders. Can't take much away from the work of Mile, though, who's, as I've mentioned, improved week on week over the course of this international period. Had a superb Prem Rugby Finals day that really capped things off and brought himself into the squad. Ireland with the penalty there. Not releasing, they clamped down at the breakdown. Now decisions to be made. I imagine that one of Evan Moynihan or Dylan Hicks will nudge this one into the corner. Will be Hicks. Just given those duties, and it's a neat nudge. A few inches to spare. So right into the corner. Ireland looking for an instant response to England's first score. Not straight from Mikey Yar.
Captain.
Yeah, a little skew F. Brian Walsh couldn't get a hold of it. So England let off. Not out the woods yet. Still have to clear their lines.
Crunch. Bind. Set.
Mile, that's clever, puts that little dink over the top. Redshaw, it's going to bounce pretty for him. He's got men on the outside, quick men too. Connor Byrne is one of them. Byrne, this could be a superb score for England if they can finish it off, and they will. Coast to coast across the face of Dublin. England running riot. Connor Byrne wraps up a vintage England score. Redshaw, it propped up perfectly for him on the synthetic surface. Connor Byrne, he had Jack Bracken outside him. We know what wheels he possesses, but Connor Byrne said, well, thank you very much. I'll take it from here. Gets round the outside of Lawler, little that he could do. Celebrations match that of the quality of the score. Really clever kick there. The centre partners working in tandem, and Redshaw, who set it up, will look to convert from the touchline. Kick is good. It's a 12-point game inside 8 minutes. Look at the pace here from Byrne. Just about has enough. A lot of power in those legs to propel him over the whitewash. A superb score from England, it really was. Really clever play from the backs, who have shown sparks of brilliance throughout this whole festival, but that really a pinnacle of all of their hard work. You know, Will Parkin, so to do with their back line. Saints Academy coach, drafted into the international team and won directly off the training paddock, I think. But once again, a few woes at line-out time for both sides. This time it was England who malfunctioned. Again, not straight. There is a breeze here, but it's not that strenuous. Murtagh, Hicks, trying to pick his options, instead gets a face full of Bellamy. Charlie Mile did rip the ball, but Ireland maintained possession. There's Ronan. Hicks again, and he uses Luke Murphy at 8. Strong lines being cut there this time, Brian Walsh, but I think Henry Pollock has snuffed it. Yes, he has. Bit of daylight robbery from the Saint. And away England go. Redshaw carving through now. But Parland, I think, will look to head into the air. Deploys the use of Kapoku and Sella to give him a bit more of a angle to work from, but it wasn't enough. The large frame of Brian Walsh held them. So they'll go potentially to the boot of Bellamy instead, who puts in a testing kick that could sit up for Jack Bracken. Offside is the call. Evan Moynihan, the St Mary's and Leinster fly half, who's being deployed at 12 this afternoon, is just getting his options assessed to him. It's a tight call for offside, you must say. But I think karma works in funny ways. Jack Bracken's score against Italy, the pass that got him the ball was nailed on forward, really. So maybe that just swinging the other way. But it's Ireland who get the shove off. A good shove at that. Have they got it over? No, I think Kepu-Pilotu's over it. Kepu-Pilotu just preventing Mikey Yar from dotting the ball down. Splintered away, and the strength of Kepu-Pilotu here, keeping Mikey Yar a distance away from the try line. Josh Bellamy will get us back underway with this goal line dropout. We know how well teams are set up to strike from these sort of positions nowadays. Goal line dropouts used ever so well, and it could be used extremely well here by Ireland, and it will. Paddy Farrell. This game is bursting into life. The bounce of the ball works in mysterious ways on 4G pitches, and both sides have been torn wide open because of that.
Paddy Farrell, the scorer. I think it was Todd Lawler who had a great deal to do with it to begin with. It comes back to Lawler. Just as I was mentioning how teams set up from this position and can sometimes utilise it well, as Hicks gets that conversion. Have a look at this again. Lawler just taps it onto the boot and more impressively gets the catch and pass away. Farrell on that hard inside line. Few will be able to stop the Leinsterman. The Islands get their scoreboard up and running. They're back to a 5-point game. But on the wraparound comes Brian Walsh. Murtagh. Byrne stepping and sliding his way through. Connor Byrne sees a little bit of space in behind, and it's going to be a race for the line here. Who will get there first? I think it's Ned McCormack. England produce another pearler. Yorkshireman the beneficiary, but it was in fact created by the work of Connor Byrne. Really well off the boot here, and McCormack collects it and dots it down in the same motion. That try started in Surrey, finished in Yorkshire. Beautiful step there from Connor Byrne, and the wherewithal to tap the ball down as those in the stand get off their feet. They know what's about to happen. They could see it unfurl in front of their eyes. England with some really clever scores so far today. Bedshaw from the other touchline can't do as well. Poku this time gathers the restart, and what a gather that was. It's Ruben Logan. Started the first game, made an impact off the bench in the second. He's given the 6th shirt once again. This afternoon, George Timmins, the Millfield and Bath player, shifted to number 8. And there's Lawler, who puts in a spiral which bounces in a cruel way. Props up for Logan, former winger. Gets up through the gears, does Logan. Pollock across the face, Louis Trevor takes it. An inviting ball. Strong carry from Kepueli to Pilotu, who bounces back up to his feet and is away. Pilotu, man inside in, might not need it. Pilotu, stop it. Might have just found his way out of the front row union. You can't be doing that sort of stuff because you have a number 2 on the back of your shirt. What a score! Kepueli, Pilotu just keeps going. Flat pass from McParland, and it's like an Energizer bunny. Just kicks back into action, and just when you think he's down and out, you think here maybe Ireland have got him once again. The Irish will question their defensive efforts, but very few have been able to stop Kepueli Tuipulotu this season. Whether you find him in a Harrow shirt, that of London Irish, ironically, or out of England, he's Teams usually can find the whitewash, and skill shown there as Ben Redshaw adds the extras.
Release, Six, release!
Lawler picks it back up in the midfield. Hicks, across the face it comes. Ireland still in possession, Murtagh.
No, hands!
It's James Wise at loose head today.
No hands!
Another Leinster boy. This is front row partner Mikey Yard. Show and go from Moynihan. Back ending the moment Ireland playing without a 9, and now they're playing without the ball.
No, right there.
Penalty to England. I'll take a quick break to check on the health of Tom Murtagh, but this was the work at the breakdown. Have a guess who it was? Yeah, it was Henry Pollock. If you haven't seen Henry Pollock play, I can assure you this definitely won't be the last time, and he does that a lot. This was the score from Kepueli Tuipilotu, and my goodness, this is good. From this angle, you wouldn't be able to tell what number he has on the back of that shirt. It's 2. He's a hooker. It's a front rower doing that.
No, you cannot call it.
The athleticism of some of these players is incredible. Played a lot of 8, of course, for Harrow School this school season, as Tom Murtagh will be unable to continue. It's a real shame to see him hobble off the field. I think it's Andrew Doyle who's come on therefore, so it's both Leinster 9s swapping places. England says they couldn't find touch, and instead they find the hands of Ben Redshaw through Henry Pollock. The two captains in this side combining. George Timmins got his hands in a twist, and the ball finds touch.
Wait.
This was the first score.
Yeah.
Charlie Mile. What score it was again. And then this from England once more. Sure, out to Connor Byrne. He did the rest. Once again, a few more falters at line-out time. The new man, Andrew Doyle. His first initial pass is not good, and a few words being exchanged now. There are
It's okay.
tempers flaring. I think George Timmins and Henry Pollock are in there for England. Christian Minogue as well. Have a look potentially at how that started.
I stay advantage over. Captain.
So yeah, just fumbled by Jack Angulo, and Timmins I think had a few extra words to say. The captain's being brought in and it's getting a little slap on the wrist, telling them to control their teams. I doubt that will stop some of these players from being just as aggressive. The other change that's been made is Mark Fitzgerald is on, so James Wise has had to make way. Fitzgerald, the Munsterman, started that game against Scotland. Harland feeds the scrum. Bellamy, out the back it goes. Quick handling from England once more. Connor Byrne dancing through holes he really shouldn't be allowed through, as he's done for the opening 23 minutes of this game. 35-minute halves, if you didn't know. So that leaves 12 minutes left of this breathless first half. The inside pass to Redshaw. Trevor. Ireland has had the ball spilt, and therefore it will be an Irish scrum. The free kick goes Ireland's way. Another pre-engage. Again, that's something that England have struggled with, but they freakishly tall front row. I mean, Ralph McEachran is out the squad now. Billy Seller still, he's 6'2", a tight head. It's fairly unusual. Mile. Gets the ball off the free kick. There's Trevitt, the Bristolian wrecking ball. Julia Kapoku always seems to make an impression on those who he hits. Bellamy again goes high, and once more goes to the left of him, caught offside. This one, yeah, I think is off. Hicks is going to head to the corner then. And Hicks of Munster drafted in at fly half, as I mentioned, pushing Moynihan out to 12. Two ball playing outside halves to Ireland's disposal. So distribution should not be an issue. Just need to get it out from this line out to begin with. The first part is done, and away goes the rolling ball now. Turns more into a rolling sprint. But England have got themselves over it. Now I think Ireland a little bit too over-eager. Their momentum taking it too far. This initial catch and drive from Ireland, absolutely splintering. Yeah, it's that extra roll from Jack Angulo that the referee was displeased with. Good turnout. here in Dublin. A mix of support for that of green or white. See, green potentially outgrowing those in support of England. So Tom Merter's back with us. That's good to see. So Andrew Doyle will retire back to the bench. But injury woes aren't over for Ireland. That's Emmett Calvey, who's hobbling at the moment. Wonder how long he'll push it. Doesn't look in the best of states at the moment, but these are tough boys. And they know that this is precious time representing their country. Ireland try to keep it in field. A little bit of acrobatics, not enough though to stop the ball from going out. Bellamy off his left. Once again, England have a lot of trouble off the line out.
No foul. Let's go now.
So Merter's first job after being reintroduced is to feed this Irish scrum. Pollock's over it, but illegally so. He's having a little scrap with Hicks now. There's Fitzgerald, but it's a penalty to England. Ireland in at the side.
Hey, Green. Hey.
Shot called. England already scored 4 tries. Just looking to extend their lead. Bradshaw is called for the tee. At the moment, he doesn't have it. Bradshaw, this last time that he will be able to represent his country at under-18s level for the time being. There may very well be a few opportunities in the summer, but those are yet to be announced, so we're going to have to assume that for the most part a lot of these boys may be wearing the under-18 shirt for the final time, and will have that in the back of their minds as performances plough on, especially with that under-20s World Cup around the corner as well. A few players for both camps will have their sights optimistically set on that. Jack Bracken, who will be back here next year, under-17s boy, retrieves the kickoff, and McParland feeds it back to his halfback partner Bellamy, who finds his opposite number Hicks, who instead of kicking for the meantime will run it up towards halfway and be met by the double act of Kapoku and Tuipulotu. Trevor not rolling away. Hicks will kick to the corner. So Mikey Yar will feed this line out. It's all the way over. It's nearly collected at the top of the tree. Instead, it's in the hands of Ruben Logan. And Logan pumps his legs, tries to find his fellow Northamptonian Henry Pollock on the outside.
Knock on white.
Ever so close. What a powerful run from Logan, though. You get him up into third gear, and there's very little that can stop him. Handling, though, got all in a twist and a turn. So, ball spilt. Ireland now have it once more. Handful of minutes left until half-time oranges. Can Ireland impose themselves back onto this English team to potentially get themselves back into the mix? Murtagh. There's Luke Murphy. The Munsterman is turned over.
No releasing.
So Josh Bellamy will head to the corner. Again off the left, it's kept in though by the try scorer Farrell. Pops it off the deck to Lawler.
No hands! No hands!
He's found a gap. He's got a little bit of pace to go with it too. Murtagh needs some friends and support. He gets that through Yar. As does he through Ronan. Ireland now heading into the ascendant. He hit. Ball is flat and finds Minot. Again, Yar.
Back.
By Murtagh, who started this all. This little sniper around the halfway line. Angulo, the latest to carry for Ireland. They've got the advantage as well, so a free roll of the dice.
Advantage.
Hicks.
No really.
Knock on in the middle of that, and Dylan Hicks takes it quickly. Penalty given. Lots of white shirts around, not many green ones. And in fact, it was Ireland who went straight over the ball. Tempers are certainly high in this game.
Please. White. The number. White.
It's Jack Angulo's just receiving a little bit of treatment. Clock is off, 90 seconds left of this first half. What a first half it's been. 5 tries. It's 1 every 7 minutes for those who can do a bit of calculating. Really treated here in Dublin as a final big display at this festival. Penalty is reversed for ill discipline from England. Ireland thought that their chance had been squandered, in fact have been given a lifeline, and now will head into the corner. Mickey Yar and friends will look to instigate another strong driving maul. The catch is good, the drive is also good. Yar, plastic blades of grass away at the moment, Ireland.
Back.
England holding firm though. Murtagh goes blindside. Fitzgerald, who's come onto the field for James Wise.
No hands!
Murtagh's going to call for it again here. Hicks is marshalling his troop. Murtagh darts himself. Not far for Ireland to go now.
Release!
Penalty. Ireland encroaching offside. Redshaw's called over.
Okay, lot of PK. Now is offside, so precaution. Yeah.
Redshaw asking for a bit of time to relay the message to his group.
No, it's okay now.
So now, another chance for Ireland to display their dominance at line-out time. Mickey R got on the score sheet against Scotland. Can he do it once more here at the back of this maul against England? It's once again stopped short.
Back!
Arm is out
Short!
of Anthony Lack. England have been warned. Hoku beckoned over and shown a card. His mouth ajar, he doesn't believe it. England now down a man. Makes defending this line out all the more tricky without his size or stature. You can see the frustration. Now, third time a charm for the Irish. Sparrow. Ronan.
Back!
Ireland heading route one for now. Calvi. England have done well to repel them. And I think they've got the turnover. Yes, they have. That's crucial. And I think that will see us into the half. It will. So, England in fine form throughout the proceedings here in Dublin, and at the moment are holding the hosts to a 20-point lead. Scores from Charlie Mile, Conor Byrne, Ned McCormack and Capuelli Tuipilotu for England, as well as the boot of Ben Redshaw. Paddy Farrell got that consolation effort for Ireland. And I think that whole first 35 minutes could be a highlight reel in itself, really. Some performance from both sides, and these are the tries and how they came about. Becca Latham at Partland and a clever line-out move, and Charlie Mile slicing through Irish defenders. Mile with his second score in England colours in as many games. Or many starts, I must say. Clever from him. Praised usually for his defensive work, but he's certainly shown his stuff offensively in attack as of late for England. Talking of attack, this is how you do it. Write it down. Maybe stick it somewhere for your next training session. Want to try, eh? Conor Byrne, how are your wheels? They're very good. They're extremely good. Conor Byrne scores in the corner. Trinity boy, used to fast and free-flowing rugby. Both Trinity and Harlequins shown in abundance here in a slightly whiter shirt. We thought for a second then that England would be able to run away with things, but off a goal line dropout, Ireland come up with a moment of magic of their own.
Todd Lawler. Little kick in behind, and it's out the back, isn't it? That. It's really smart to Paddy Farrell, who of course has the pace to scamper over. But the skill of Todd Lawler here is not to be underestimated. Leinster boy club that are usually famed for doing the very simple things extremely well. The catch pass, textbook. Talk about this for a response though. Connor Byrne, he's been superb this first half. Byrne, that kicking behind causing real trouble. Either one of Pollock or McCormack could have got onto the end of that. It was the latter, Ned McCormack, who instead was embraced by the Stowe boy Pollock. Chip in behind, and Ned McCormack got a well-deserved score for all his hard work. One more time. Ned McCormack of Yorkshire Academy and Woodhouse Grove. Proud one for those watching up north. Now how about this? This is freakish. Capuelli Tuipilotu. Still only under 17, this boy. He's got a year left of age grade rugby. So basically block out next September to April as time to watch Capuelli Tuipilotu. I think that would be wise. He's going to be everywhere, and he's going to be doing things like this. Harrow, London Irish, England, performing on every stage this season. At hooker or at number 8, plying his trade in the front row at the moment. Front rowers don't do this. Not usually anyway. If you're new to the sport, this is not normally how a hooker moves. That is athleticism personified by Capuelli Tuipilotu. This, a really important moment towards the latter end of the first half. It was Ireland who were ever so close. And look, Junior Kapoku, who was nowhere near there, I think just took one for the team. But he got the card, which means that things could get interesting towards the start of the second half, which will be coming to your screens imminently. So go grab a cuppa, head to the loo, and get back onto your sofas for the second half. It will be a thrilling one. Scores on the doors at the break. It's Ireland under 18s 7, England under 18s 27. Teams are back out then for the second half. Dylan Hicks will get us back underway here in Dublin. England in the ascendancy, Ireland with a little bit more work to do. Not impossible though. We've seen weirder things, that's for sure. We'll check to see if there have been any changes at half-time. The squad sizes both these sides have, there may very well have been. Look around, do a head count for you and see what we come up with. At the moment it's Archie McParland who remains on the field from the first half, who gets that box kick to Lawler, who looked dangerous when given little patches of space in the first half, but that was a rare occurrence. England's defence holding strong. Ronan with that carry, Hicks goes out the back door. Angulo caught in the contact as Luke Murphy, his back row partner, takes it up. Maybe a little bit of space here. Tuipulotu trying to catch Minogue. England could be over it here. No, they're not. It's Ruben Logan who didn't release. Didn't release, he didn't roll. Tuipulotu's efforts at the breakdown were nullified. That's been kept in. And England reply with a kick of their own. Murta. Hicks and the flat pass over the top is good. Was Mangan, Kieran Mangan, who we haven't been able to talk about throughout today's game. He's, I don't think he's touched the ball yet. Leinsterman. Thought for a second Charlie Mile had got there, but no offside. Hicks will hit this one into touch, you'd hope. Yeah, this time it's definitely got there.
Line.
Tuipulotu. Teller. Logan now, he's racing away. Ruben Logan's got wheels. He really does. He's ransacked by Hicks and McParland. He's on the back foot. Ball was available and Paddy Fowler's snatched it for Ireland. Somehow the Irish get away with it. The latest carry, Merton. Tips up a caterpillar of all caterpillars. Half the Irish team are behind the ball at the moment. Have a look at this from Tuipulotu again. Shrugging off defenders like nobody's business. Seller, good hands from him. And Ruben Logan, deceptively quick for such a large character. More ways than one, and it's brought down again. Good work from Minogue to take down McParland, but it's from Tuipulotu. Front row combining nicely. Logan literally put Lawler on his backside with that step. So the cavalry has been deployed by Ireland. A few changes for them in the pack. McParland heads down a blind side. Archie McParland, a step on the inside. Ruben Logan's in support. Logan comes so close to the try line on 2 occasions now. Still, England with possession and an advantage to play with. Good handling, and it's McCormack looking for a brace. Burn. Spill it out wide. Come back for the penalty. Work from McParland down this line side. Trevitt in support. Logan on the inside to Saints players combining. Ruben Logan can't find his way towards the line. I think a card has been given here as well, so
Offside.
that's Oshin Minogue. No, Luke Murphy, in fact, who's been sent on his way. And England have popped up with a score. Just like that. Kepu Tuipulotu, I think, has got his brace. No, I think it's Billy Seller, in fact. The announcer at the stadium has got it wrong. It's Billy Seller. So his second score this Six Nations Festival. He did a very similar thing in the week against Italy. Seller of Bath and Millfield. Does ever so well there to get the score. Redshaw with the conversion, that's wide, and that all happened inside about 30 seconds. Luke Murphy was dismissed. We just got our heads wrapped around that, and then Billy Seller found his way over the whitewash again. Right, so Junior Kapoku's back with us, hard to miss him. This is the score from Seller. Once again, just on that outside arc, he puts himself in a great position to muscle his way over. Harlan shrugged off the ball. Seller comes in to deputise at 9, and Kapoku looks to make amends for his potentially wrongful dismissal. Bellamy into Irish skies, and it's brought back down to earth via Kieran Mangan. Is the replacement Jim White, who's with us, wearing 21. Ireland have made a fair few changes in the last few minutes. The Tom McAllister, another, wearing 18. Down the line side again, and Mangan getting more and more time on the ball. Fitzgerald, who's been with us since the first half. James Wise went off injured around 20 minutes. Tackle from Pollock, and I think England have snuffed it. Yeah, they have. Logan, good handling. And away go England once more. Bracken with a little bit of space. Bracken, how will this bounce? It will bounce perfectly. Archie McParland, the beneficiary. Once again, England in sweet harmony. This back line is a joy to watch, it really is. Logan, that flat pass to Pilotu and Timmins with the hands as well. Mile it was to find Bracken, who puts the thinking behind and bounce and picks up for McParland, who takes it in his stride. McParland, a deserved score for him. He's been superb today. Again, England playing some really nice rugby. Great to watch. Ireland, of course, still down a man and feeling the full effects of that. They've already conceded 12 points during this yellow card period. Bracken just about putting McParland on side. Might want to get your ruler out. But it's been given. It's good. More injury woes for Ireland. The last thing they'd want to be seeing. I think it's their fly half, Dylan Hicks, the Munsterman, who's making his way off tenderly. So it's Tom Murter, in fact, who will get us restarted now with hits off the field. Bracken took it. Pollock. Aggressive carry from Henry Pollock. Expect nothing less. One of England's star players. McParland goes to the skies, but it's disrupted by Ireland, and I think ends up in the hands of Billy Seller. There's an Irish body trapped underneath that. McParland, it's Aaron O'Brien who was making a nuisance of himself at ruck time, and instead we go back for the earlier knock-on.
Trump. 70 kg. Please. Trump. Okay? Trump. Hey.
So this is a rule in under-18s rugby and age grade rugby in general that's a bit of a confusing one. So no matter who's on the field, yellow cards, red cards, whatever, you have to match up at scrum time. So Ireland didn't want to put an 8 in, so now we have the prospect of George Timmins currently on the wing, just for scrum time at least. Parland, Mile, Bellamy. So again, Byrne taking it at full pace. Parland goes boot to ball, and it's end over end, and it's causing real issue for Lawler at the back. It's wrapped up.
No, hey,
Try to
no,
go
hey,
over it.
Okay.
And Junior Kapoku's stolen it, and now England will look to race him, but Parland has a brace. And a daylight robbery from Junior Kapoku. Picks up the ball with one hand. Gifts it to McCormack, who in turn finds McParland. Right place at the right time, all came from his testing kick. Pollock, superb counter-rucking skills from him. He just muscles his way over. Kapoku just says, oh, thanks very much, I'll take it from here. Picks off his man. And Archie McParland with his second score of the day. England now in full control. Almost at a point a minute. Redshaw. It's wide. It's work from Pollock and Poku combined at ruck time. And then the efforts of Ned McCormack can't be understated. He does ever so well just to attract the man and draw the pass. Ireland with little to answer for it, apart from that little bit of skill from Todd Lawler and Paddy Farrell midway through the first half. Bellamy keeps it alive. Pollock shrugs players off for fun. Bellamy back on the inside. This could be another vintage score for England if they can play their cards right. Jack Bracken is herring after this, and it's a lot of pressure on Kieran Mangan, who's forced to carry the ball over.
Time off.
England, when they get up the gears, they are so threatening. Still no changes yet to be made in the pack for England. So there's been a change though, however, in the back line. Ollie Davis is on at 13, wearing 25. He joins the action in quite a nice place. A little nudge there from Bellamy. End over end. Look at how it bobbles up and just sits here, giving Kieran Mangan very little choice.
Clutch! Fine! Set! Use it!
Timmins, McParland, Mile. Strong carrying from him. Spilt. Irish scrum right in their own back garden, underneath the posts.
Clutch! Bye! Set! Stop! Put!
Long clearance kick from Ireland. Ben Redshaw's back there. He's been moved to fullback. There's a carry from Jack Bracken. I think it's Connor Byrne who's made way for Davis. He deserves the rest. He's been everywhere so far this afternoon. There's McParland, Timmins again, 2 carries in the space of as many seconds really. Redshaw, Pollock pops it up. Neat handling from England. Redshaw tries to keep it in field, but he's ushered out by the Irish defenders.
Forward. Captain. One, two. One.
Clever from Pollock and McCormack and Redshaw, but defensive acumen from Ireland. There's another change to be made. Ruben Logan makes way. Unfortunate to not find the
Please, come back.
whitewash this afternoon, Ruben Logan. A few chances. Will Owen is on in his place. So it's Midlands West for Midlands Central.
Let's try it.
That not straight. From Ireland, Mikey Yar. Inaccurate with his arrows.
Wait.
Here comes the last frame of Billy Corrigan to make an incredibly large second row.
Let's go, boys! Good!
Man Ronan's day is done. So it's Walsh and Corrigan who currently occupy the second row, but scrum collapsing. Davis hit on the hard line, his first introduction into the game. Timmins overruns his carry. England have the penalty and will go back for it. Ireland, despite their positives in places in the first half, just haven't clicked in the second. England, I think the word is clinical. That's what you used to describe this English side at the moment, as latest arrival Tom Threlfall looks to join us. Oh no, here come the cavalry, so it's Lucas Friday, Toby Baker and Tom Threlfall. So McParlin makes way, I think, as does Bellamy, and as does Charlie Mile. Three players who have been incredibly influential in the white shirt. Mile and Bellamy in sync throughout the 55 minutes they played together. May very well be introduced back into this game later on. Rolling sub, feature of this under-18s festival. Kepu Tuipilotu with his brace. Potentially not as athletic as his first, but 5 points all the same. England head up towards the 50-point margin. Collected it off the line out. And we were just speaking about the replacements that England put in force in the back line, but none of them were required. Kepueli Tuipilotu. It's his second score. Redshaw brings England past 50. Something, of course, which France did this morning against Italy. Once again, just putting on a show. And we're all enjoying it. Bracken just about stays in field. Pollock onto Owen. Joins us off the bench. The only changes yet to be made by Jonathan Pendlebury, Clark, Keller, Raymond, Griffin and Lightbound. So full front row still on from minute one. Ireland though, actually looking for a further consolation score. They're not going to be able to get themselves back into this game, but they can certainly give a good showing for it. And the ball is transferred back to George Simmons. Tom Threlfall with the kick, as I think it's a full set of prop replacement for England. So Ty Raymond is on, Harry Clark is also there, and Isaac Keller drafted into the squad very late on. The Newcastle Falcon, Gosforth Academy boy, very proud up there of his efforts to get himself in a white shirt. Redshaw. England concede the penalty. Time is off for 2 players on their knees for either side. I think Luke McLaughlin is with us, the hooker, the replacement hooker. Mikey Yar is off. Again, it's a carousel of changes that are quite difficult in places to keep track of. So we'll do our best. A few familiar faces in there, one of which I saw was Scotland's Lloyd McEwen-Peters, who of course plays his rugby at Wellington College, so we'll be keeping a keen eye on a lot of these players in England shirts especially. Played a lot of schoolboy rugby with them, some academy rugby as well, part of the Yorkshire outfit. Lloyd McEwen-Peters is here on Scottish duty, but has come to support. McLaughlin. Advantage available for Ireland. The little stab in behind doesn't work for Tom Murtagh, or indeed Paddy Farrell. Ireland's sole try scorer this afternoon.
Collapsing more.
Will collapse. Murtagh, imagine we'll go for the corner here. No point in taking the 3. Jack Lightbound who's just sprinted into your picture. Oscar Beckerleg making way. He provide a bit of fresh muscle to repel this Irish pack.
No hands!
Jocelyn against Timmins. Murtagh. There's Ryan wearing 20. Out the back it goes. And Ireland could be in here, and they are. It's Brian Walsh, unleashed by Moynihan. May very well be consolation at this rate. But a score nonetheless, Brian Walsh to be proud of. Scored in the game against Scotland after coming off the bench, and he's on it again here, finding the outsider Harry Clark and using his long levers to propel his way over the line. Score from the towering Irishman. Murtagh, and his kicking duties will nail it between the uprights, though. The full 7-point score for Ireland. Crowd still in fine voice despite the scoreline. Threlfall of Nottingham High School and Leicester Tigers will get us back underway. From Threlfall, one of the many under-17s players featuring in this England side, which arguably makes them so exciting. So many players will be back here next year after impressing a year above their trade. Murtagh.
There's Paddy Taylor wearing 23 and Billy Corrigan at 19. The miscommunication and Taylor manhandled by Timmins. Lucas Friday, who we're yet to mention really. Another Trinity and Quinn's flyer to the pitch at 9.
Come on. Sorry. Watch the door.
And more injury trouble for Ireland. And it's Tom Murtagh who seems to be in some discomfort. So Andrew Doyle is back with us. Eagles still in fine voice. They haven't stopped their coring all week, in fact. So Friday, feed this from Timmins, who is at the back, and Relfall tries to get the pass away to Davis. Two youngsters combining of Leicester and Sale, respectively.
Three more after the time.
So England now deploying a 9, 10, 13 axis that can be utilised again next season. Exciting as that. Friday, Relfall, Davis. It's in fact Andrew Doyle then to feed this Irish scrum. Doyle, ball pops up for him again, and he nearly creeps through. Toby Baker brings him down, illegally though, says the referee, too high for Anthony Lack's liking. 5 minutes left on the clock. Ball is thumped deep, too deep, and doesn't make touch. Instead, Lucas Friday. It's a little chip in behind just to test the waters, and it bounces devilishly. And, no one's got a hold of this. We're now playing a game of football, and it's thumped into the corner. And England will have to deal with this line out 5 metres away from their own try line. Ireland have nicked it as well. Here goes Mark Fitzgerald.
Back.
Doyle. There's Corrigan.
No hands, back.
Doyle again, floated passes, not going to work, and instead England have it now. Davis puts a little kick in behind. Where will this sit up? But once it ends up in Irish hands.
Knock on or right now?
Option of both. Knock on and line out there as Charlie Maloney fumbled it into touch. Another stoppage as another Irish player is down injured. This is a performance that England should be extremely proud of. Ireland are no rollover side. Scoreline certainly not reflecting the on-paper ability of both these sides. But England have just been more clinical and accurate and precise on the day.
Crunch! Bind!
Friday feeds.
Set! Use it!
Timmins has it at the base. Friday thinks this way, ends up going that. Ireland have pinched it though. Maloney head towards the corner.
Line!
It's Paddy Taylor, in fact, who's wearing 23. His kick sets up this line out for Ireland. McLaughlin feeds.
17!
McLaughlin has it at the back. Doyle is fishing for it. Gets it away, and there is Maloney.
Back!
Doyle down the blind side. Not with well by Friday, meant that Corrigan couldn't get his hands over it, and instead ball is available for England. Could there be one last hurrah from them? Davis is
No!
tapped and he's down, and so is the referee, and he was held onto by Pollock.
Offside?
Side, I think, is the call. Davis, the ball, throw fall, in fact, over the top. And loose from England at the moment. They need to reset their structure. Clark, latest to carry up. It's again great handling. Davis, Kapoku, and his large gate used to full effect. And here goes Bracken. Pass on the inside to Davis was slapped down cynically by Jed O'Dwyer, and I think he may see the rest of this game on the sideline. Jed O'Dwyer,
Very
the
tough
bin.
one. No. Go on 10, please.
For a deliberate knock on with seconds to go.
His feet.
Tom Threlfall thought for a second about the quick tap. Henry Pollock said, it's to go to the corner, son. The forwards deal with it from there. Clark, he's got a bit of a run up to this, but the try line is somewhat in sight. Harry Clark has scored a lot of tries from these sort of positions so far this season. Top try scorer in the Prem Rugby Under-18s competition for Leicester Tigers. It's a good driving ball going for Denton College as well. Instead it's Ty Raymond who's ended up with it. The Yorkshireman. Friday releases the back line. Threlfall, maybe one more nudge falling the way of England, and it will. It's Charlie Griffin with a cameo score. That may very well be his first touch of the ball. It was a good one. The height of Griffin proving to be crucial in collecting that crossfield kick from Tom Threlfall. He gets over in the corner. For the nudge is superb, as they have been all game. England's use of the boot has been ingenious. Epitomised there by Charlie Griffin's final score.
That was the altercation or collision, shall we say, between Henry Pollock and Anthony Lack. Oh dear. Redshaw, icing on the cake. Won't come, won't matter. 15.14. How often do you see that scoreline in this sort of fixture? Ireland against England. Dominant. It's a whitewash. Those in emerald green with little left to offer. And Redshaw's men. Fine forward. Tries from Charlie Mile, Connor Byrne, Ned McCormack, Billy Seller, Charlie Griffin, and a brace of tries for Capuelli, Tuipulotu and Archie McCarlan. And now for England to run clear. Combination scores in each half for Paddy Farrell and Brian Welsh was not enough for Ireland. They come out of this home Six Nations Festival with a little chip on their shoulder. Final score here at Energia Park. The final score of what has been a superb under-18s Six Nations Festival. Ireland under-18s 14, England under-18s 56. Have a look at the scores then, and we have to go back all the way to first few minutes of the first half where Charlie Mile broke the seal, found the score. Pass from Josh Bellamy on the money. Mile splintering through that Irish defence who seemed slack from the off, you have to say. Was the second score, even more glitz and glam. Think over the top for Mile, collected by Redshaw, gave it off to Connor Byrne. Stunned finish. Connor Byrne, who was excellent all game. This was when we thought that Ireland could get themselves back into proceedings. Todd Lawler, that was great work from him to find Paddy Farrell. Lawler to Farrell. We thought then that we could have a game on our hands, but no. Connor Byrne putting Ireland right back in their place. That little chip in behind, bouncing nicely for Ned McCormack. Gets in the corner, and look at what it means to the bench as well. Superb. Silky step from Byrne. Just started to get on their feet. They knew what was happening, knew what was coming. Now this was really special. Capuelli Tuipulotu. I think the player of the match has to be enigmatic. as he continues his fine form in an England shirt. Still just kept on going. I'm sure we'll see him do that time and time again. Still, of course, only under 17. He's got a whole year left of age grade rugby to delve into. And if he continues on this sort of trajectory, then could turn out to be some player. Then it was Billy Seller next. This was a little bit more Route 1. Almost identical to the score that he found himself with in the game against Italy in the week. On the quick tap, 5 metres out, few can stop the large frame of Billy Seller. Arthur Milfield player. They're in good spirits. This was Archer McParland's first. Mile Bracken, that little chip in behind from him, bouncing perfectly for the number 9 on a vintage scrum half support line. McParland finding the whitewash. It was this quick hands from Ruben Logan, Kepueli Tuipulotu and George Timmins as well that unlocked the door. Jack Bracken's kick that took the hinges off it. They just kept going, did England. This was McParland's second. And a daylight robbery from Junior Kapoku at the ruck. Plucks it out of the Irish grasp, and Ned McCormack finds that pass on the outside to McParland. Ball came from his kick as well, in behind, that couldn't be dealt with effectively by Todd Lawler. Out to the ball on the synthetic surface caused issue for Ireland all afternoon. And it was Kepueli Tuipulotu again, this time in a more conventional hooker score, sniping off the back of that driving maul. That's what front rowers should do. Just when it became static, he saw a space and took it. This is when we knew that England were in full flight. But this score from Brian Walsh was a nice consolation for the Emerald Green. His second score this festival. Using his large frame to full advantage to tower his way over, and this final score right on the full-time whistle. Sinking behind, Threlfall finding Charlie Griffin, who I don't think had touched the ball before that. A way to impose yourself into the game. Yeah, Harrow and London Irish winger using his height to full advantage as well to pluck the ball out of Dublin skies. Well, that's our wrap-up of match day 3 here in the men's under-18 Six Nations in Dublin, and what a festival it's been. Encapsulated and finished off with this final chapter. Scotland, Wales going the way of the Welsh, France dispatching Italy in a similar vein, England doing so to the hosts. That's all we have time for here. Thank you so much for your company throughout the week. There'll be lots more age grade rugby to stick your teeth into over the next coming weeks and months, so stay tuned. Thank you very much for listening.